Up, this is Peacekeeperalex and the Psychic Wargamers. It's going to be the Psychic Wargamers stream number 35, and this is going to be the Yellow Turban Rebellion campaign Let's Play number 25. Let's carry on and see where we left off. So we are making a move on Shangyong Weapons Craftsman in regards to Kongrong. He has 3 armies raised. And I got another 4 armies heading past, Shangyong Pass to be true. And once we capture this, that's going to be the end of Kongrong over to the, technically the south of his other settlement, Baihai, over to the northeast. But in the west, we won't have to worry about him over there. We also have some enemy units. I thought we made peace with Yuan Shu, but for some reason it says that we have not. So that is a bit of a problematic, I think. Lang Yi. Oh, we already did this. I could have sworn we captured the settlement already. Maybe not. So I'm probably going to delegate a couple of these next few battles here, because we already fought them, I think. So we're going to end turn. We're going to delegate. As I thought. We had won this last time, I think.
Of the Empire.
Regardless, we're going to carry on. I think Yuan Shu tries to sue for peace, and I end up going for it because it's a decent deal. Yeah. There we go.
We bid you goodbye.
Hanfu is gone. And it looks like the Kingdom of Wu and the Kingdom of Song, oh no, Kingdom of Wei are at war. That is fairly decent. The holy man desires to be desireless and does not prize articles difficult to obtain. He learns not to be learned and seeks a home where multitudes of people pass by. We study the scriptures and have taken our next step towards enlightenment. What shall we study next? And I think I'm going to go with... communal maintenance. He assists the 10,000 things in their natural development, but he does not venture to interfere. Starting straight to the point, your general engages in a debate with an opponent whose argument amused the crowd with their colorful euphemisms and innuendos. However, wordplay relies on ambiguities. Your general simply responds with an ugly but undeniable insult, causing their opponent to retire. There is much laughter from the crowd. Keeping Guy Lu Yong. Character ranks gained, lights high, faction developments, buildings, characters, traits gained, bright from Huang Shao. Alright. I am a psychic medium, hence the Psychic Wargamers moniker for some of it. But you don't necessarily have to be a psychic medium to be a part of that in the ways that Spirit Guides indicated. At least in regards to what Spirit Guides indicated. There's many different metaphysical aspects I feel to this to this game, and I feel that it's not exclusive. That there is metaphysical gameplay in regards to other physical Earth-based games in different manners as well, like different dimensional existences pertaining. So, for example, if I take this one army here of Han Xian and I attack this army of Wang Xiu, a battle ensues when we play that battle, but what happens spiritually and what kind of multiplayer gameplay are we actually experiencing sometimes when we play certain single player is an interesting thing to ponder. What exactly is taking place? Like on the battlefield, are we experiencing other kinds of overlaps when we're watching, those units fight each other? Is there spiritual gameplay regarding? And the answer to that is yes, it is. That's an open channeling spirit saying it. True, I open channel at times in regards to some of my gameplay. There is let knows and things of that nature that I ask the spirit, and they try to accommodate at times. But there's other things too. Like, I said it in an earlier episode, if you take a look at certain kind of aspects of the gameplay itself, it's not just in regards to battle. The battle itself, like what kind of spiritual aspects is there? You think about gods, you think about different kinds of units, you think about different kinds of spiritual culture, specifically in regards to historical context, as well as mods and things of that nature. But what about, negotiations? What about diplomacy? For example, when there's a deal, in regards to some of them. We've got a quick deal here. If we go to Liu Bei and click Confederate, well, let's go to Gongdu. If we try and Confederate, is there certain kinds of mediation gameplay in regards to some of that stuff? There's been stuff like that where I take a look at a certain kind of action in the physical, and I know that as a psychic medium that there's multiple thousands, and if not more so, spiritual actions in regards to some of that. So what exactly happens when we're doing one thing in the physical gameplay, and what takes place? What sort of gameplay is happening spiritually? Multitudes of different things. You can look at, there's battles, one of them. I don't think it'd be so unheard of for there to be certain kind of conflict sometimes within certain kind of mediation and diplomacy, although that is one of those things that is a bit of a difficult, because there is such a thing as diplomatic immunity. There is such a thing as certain kind of accords during mediation and diplomacy. What does it look like historically? For Christ's sake. Well, alright then, fine. Well, I do have faith in diplomacy. I do have faith in mediation. And this is, and you know what, when I think about Chinese culture, I do have a certain kind of faith regarding, and it's not that unheard of for certain things at times to take place in a certain context. I think that needs to be understood. But, it's interesting. I think about Western diplomacy, and I think that there's more... I don't know. I get not Greece, not Greek, and when I think about certain kinds. When I think about Greece, I think that they have really good mediation and diplomacy. But when I think about other kinds, like I sometimes think that there is a certain kind of cowboy diplomacy at times. I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to say it. All right, fine. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna try and move our armies through Shanghong Pass ever so slowly. It is taking quite a bit to get there. I don't know why it takes so dang long to get through this pass. It's just you can inch your way towards it. And what else? So... we're gonna attack Dong. I think that's what we're gonna do. Or maybe not. No, I think that might be the better way. No, we'll try and take Lang Yi out right now. We're gonna delegate, because we already fought this, I think. We'll take the city, then we don't have to worry about it. So, for example, when we delegate this battle, what exactly took place spiritually? Multiple battles. But what else other than just battles? Mediation, that's some of it. Yeah, rebuilding is another. Yeah, rebuilding is another, I think, to a certain degree. So, for example, when you click just one button in regards to repairing. I'm wondering if there is a certain kind of spiritual gameplay that's more than just one click of a button for some of it. That sort of stuff, whereas like you imagine just like a blueprint of architecture, you know, sort of lays out, and you can start to, you know, construct it and gather resources regarding some of that stuff. You think about monetaries, and that was some of it. I mean, this is basically a rundown of some of the stuff I've been talking about here and there, sprinkled throughout some of my past episodes. But you know, I haven't really talked about it too much. I don't know what I'm going to do here, because now there's two armies over to the west of us here, Kingdom of Song, and there's two armies to the west, and it's Liu Bei, and for some reason two Guan Yus. What the hell's going on here? Oh, there we go, Feng Shao and Guan Yu. I was going to say. I think my best bet will be to march to Penchang, this one army, get situated, and then attack Dong with my two armies over here. I think that might be the better way. And no, that might not be the better way. Okay. You had to go around anyway, so we might get attacked here by a couple armies. I'm hoping it's not going to be all three armies, because then we're going to have to fight our way out. It's going to be like a John Woo film. Alright. Alright, then fine. Yeah. End turn? I think so. Almost. Soon. Lai Tai needs to be upgraded. Which I thought he'd be a higher level than 4 at this point. We go with Vengeance. Plus 8 Instinct enables Scare. 10 Morale in own territory. Never forget. Never forgive.
This land is busy with life and all its complications.
Alright, so. End turn. And they end up attacking with 3 armies. And their armies are, there is some low health units. So we are gonna have a it's still close. Still very, very close in regards to numbers. We're gonna be deploying 3,243, reinforcing 3,013. That's going to be facing off against 2,630, reinforcing 3,013. So, yeah, we're just edging them out a bit. Yeah. And the computer said we have inferior forces, but I think we have more forces than they do, technically speaking. So we're going to start battle. Kingdom of Song decided to make a move. A lot of peasant spearmen, but high ranking. A lot of level 10s. I really wish that the units would be able to rank higher than level 10. I'd love it if they could increase to like level 20 when like some of the updates. That'd be amazing. Start battle. They are on the attacking, and they have to wait for reinforcements as well. So we're gonna get our army in view, and we're gonna run down our army comp. Alright, so now we can see our army a little bit better here. Let's run it down here. We're going to put it on slow motion. So we got some spears. Peasant spearmen. A lot of peasant spearmen. We have like 6 units of peasant spearmen. We're going to put them with He here. We also have some yellow turban warriors. Like 6 units? 7 units, technically speaking. We also have some yellow turban spearmen as well, too. Another archer unit, actually. We have some Yusha, People's Warband. We have some yellow turban spearmen and faith preservers as well. Also a militia of virtue. It's kind of like a jack of all trades retinue that I'm creating here. We're going to put Feng Zhao in there. And yeah, and we also have 6 generals with us here: Huang Shao, Lu Wang, Wu Li, Feng Zhao, He Yi, and Ping Gai. All 6 generals have been with us for a while now. Should we show the general's rank? For some reason it doesn't. All have decent buffs to a certain extent. Yep. So while we wait for the enemy to get over here, I don't know if they're waiting for us to venture forth or not. But if we don't see them soon, we'll venture ourselves. So it doesn't seem to want to. We also have a lot of archers as well too. That is one thing as well. We have 10 archer units. Ranging from yellow turban archers, peasant archers, bringers of righteousness, archery masters, and that would be it. So we're going to put it on regular speed here, so that might be why they're taking a while. Well, the other 2 units was Bringers of Righteousness. They're also medium glaive, so
you're enjoying this.
It's really, really good.
I do it all for the cause, friend. Stand ready. Master.
We're going to fast forward here a bit, see if they're going to make a move. And there they are. We are starting to see the enemy army comp. We see 4 generals. So Ma Liang, Xiao Xiao, Zhang Fang, and to you. And here we go. Bit of a ragtag group. Spear guards. Got some spear warriors. I got protectors of heaven. There's heavy glaives. You know, like pole arms, spears with sharp swords at the end of it. Certain kind of style, though. Or like a thick butcher's blade right at the end of a spear. Again, they got a lot of bowmen. Archer militia, archers, and defenders of Earth. Not these guys. Ah, I hate these guys. In other words, I'm gonna get my bowman to target them first and foremost. I think. Are considered high threat. Yeah, I can see more enemy units hitting the field too. Geon Sword Guard, Cavalry, Mounted Saber Militia. They also have some Heroine of Han, that medium bow cavalry. And our bowmen are going to be in range. Put them in loose formation as they approach. And they are starting to approach our formations. Again, we're kind of like on this little hill in regards to a long line of my infantry. And then right off to the right flank it forks into another line. Kind of like an inverted arrow. Right behind it, some reinforcing units as well too. And then right in front, right in this little forested area, we have our bowmen, which are just launching right now at Heroine of Han. Female bow infantry. Really not leaving many of them left alive. What I really want them to target here is a certain unit that is really dangerous. It's one of their bow units. I need to find it. There, Defenders of Earth. These guys are brutal. Every time they shoot an arrow, it's like an explosive. You can see them hitting the one unit, and already starting to take some of them out really quickly. So my archer fire concentrating on that Defenders of Earth unit. They already had 70 units, they're down to 40 now. We're going to nullify them. We do not want them firing upon us. So a lot of bow fire exchanging, and my bow units are retreating. And their cavalry did get a charge in on them. Those mounted saber militia. And they have hit our lines here on the right flank. That forked line is getting attacked by multiple units, multiple different cavalry, Lankai swordsmen, protectors of Earth, charging in there too. Protectors of Heaven. Sorry, my bad. They're on the right flank here, and I got a horseman unit that's going to go after their bowmen now because they left it wide open. I'm going to send my general after them as well too. I should have been attacking with that for a while now, because you can see some of my units fairly depleted. Getting hit by archer fire. left flank.
Our men are running! The spineless cowards!
A lot of enemy charging in here on the left flank. A large amount. They got Axe Warriors, Peasant Band, Geon Sword Guard Cavalry, 2 units, and they caught one of the Yellow Sky Heralds. One of those units off guard and it's getting cut to bits. Trying to send one of my units, but really difficult. You can see behind in the enemy lines here my cavalry harassing the bowmen. But they're still able to get a lot of shots off here, from what it seems. I do have a pocket to be able to maneuver some units, so right in the center, right in that forked inverted area, I'm sending the center of it through to attack the enemy from behind, to maneuver right behind the enemy units that are clashing in my front lines, and to attack them from behind. You can see Chanters sandwiching this Giant Militia enemy unit between Yellow Turban Warriors. So you're having to attack on either side here and not being able to do it. Specifically on Halberd. It's not a good thing. And over to the right side, you see the same thing happening to another Halberd unit, except they got a lot more there. 2 units this time, so they're not getting as sandwiched as the other unit is. You can see more enemy units hitting the field here. You can see some Halberd Warriors of Yi heading towards the battlefield. They got a reinforcement area that's fairly far a ways, so you got more crossbowmen, 3 crossbow units, 2 crossbow units and an archer unit, as well as saber militia. So another 6 units on the way, and they're not going to get there in time, I don't think. In fact, I'm going to make sure that they don't. I'm going to send forth my left flank that is fairly well secured. I got spearmen, and I'm just going to put them right in front of the main battle area. And it is causing the enemy to retreat on those front lines on the left flank, right in the center. And one of my spearmen units is going to clash right with some multiple units here. The enemy unit is getting caught off guard and getting attacked from behind as it retreats. And it's a soft retreat. It's not wavering or routing. It's deliberate. See my horsemen still attacking more bowmen. And 3 generals in the mix here, catching one of my generals off guard. I'm going to have to send him backwards. The right flank, still multiple units clashing and attacking each other on the front lines. You got Axe Band, Protectors of Heaven, and you got some Giant Militia, again, all trying to attack. And these are a large amount of Yellow Turban Warriors, as well as those that retinue of Jack of all trades. Got Yusha, Chanters. Where's the Jack of all trades one? Yeah, there we go. Militia of Virtue. I got People's War Band, Sacred Garden Watch, a bunch of different units. And that left flank, the inner left flank, is now pretty much manhandling the enemy. I sent forth multiple spearman units to sort of stand guard in regards to that battle that was happening on the left flank. I didn't want the enemy to reinforce, but now they are getting attacked by archers, so that is a bit of a problem. I'll try and send my horsemen after. And Huang Shao is getting hit hard here by arrow fire. I'm going to send him back. And I'm going to send He Yi forth to deal with that crossbow unit and also with a Yellow Turban Horseman unit. So he's going to hit, and then there's going to be there's the charge. Boom. And the enemy tries to fire upon it, but it hits the bowman unit anyway. Friendly fire. I do have one unit that's out there right now, the Chanters, which is just basically waiting for these spearmen to go up and attack. So that is what I'm going to try and do here. I'm going to move more of my lines forward. The right flank we're going to send forward. There's still some small arms fire happening. Axe band. Still that right flank holding on, but they're about to collapse. I'm going to send these 2 spearman units to go and rescue those Chanters that are getting attacked in the middle of this open field, way beyond that original front line that I had created. And the right flank is 1 unit left, basically standing there. I'm going to hit the buff, and that's probably going to be it for him. Protectors of Heaven, that heavy glaive. And that would be it. I'm going to send my bowman after that one crossbow unit, which is really doing some damage by the enemy here. You can see one of the reinforcement areas for the enemy is now out of units, leaving 1 remaining.
Swordsman ready. Attack, swordsman. The time has come. To battle. Ready yourselves. Blades. Move, move. Swords sharpened. Blades, prepare. Move out quickly. Quick march. Double time. Faster.
So you see multiple conflicts here in this open range. Crossbowmen finally got caught up, getting attacked by some melee infantry on my side, some Yellow Turban warriors. They also have some saber militia that's getting attacked on either side here by peasant spearmen on the one side, Chanters on the other. Remember, those Chanters are going to give those spearmen that extra buff.
Ready, bow. Release missile.
And that would be one of those things that's sort of a bit of a question, like the weather systems in regards to some of the spiritual around ourselves. What exactly is it that we're experiencing, and then what others are experiencing in other dimensional pertaining to some of the proximities and vicinities? And how does that play out in regards to metaphysical gameplay? We see raining happening currently, but what does it actually look like in the spiritual? You know, they say, some of the spirits that for every, swing in regards to a certain kind of sword strike, that there could be hundreds and thousands of spirits involved in that one action for some of it, if not more so. And here we go. The enemy here, Saber Militia, is done, and they got crushed. That was the end of that. See multiple units here retreating. They got some bowmen hitting the field. And that seems to be the last of their troops. Archers. Oh, no, there is more. Yeah, that seems to be it. 3 bowmen, mounted saber militia, lank-eye swordsman, and another lank-eye swordsman. So maybe there is going to be some more hitting the field here. We got some trebuchet, and I'm going to send my general and horsemen after that trebuchet because I don't want to get hit by that. So hopefully they're able to nullify that. They still say they got a decent amount of troops here, 1506, but I think a lot of it's retreating currently,
The men are out
or a
of
decent amount.
ammunition.
There we go. That's more like it. Alright, so they do still have a decent amount of units left. A lot of cavalry. They got about 5 units of cavalry. Another 3 units melee infantry. 4 units lank-eye swordsmen, saber infantry, and some halberds. They also got 3 units of archers.
Look, the enemy run! Craven!
Looks like the enemy's not venturing forth here, so we might have to maneuver upwards. And we did nullify that trebuchet. They were just about to send a certain kind after us here. Oh, and they did. They ended up attacking. Trying to attack one of our generals. And they are starting to move forth. This last remainder of enemy units, they were able to muster up. And it looks to be more than what I initially said here. An extra cavalry unit, got 7 cavalry. Got 3 halberds. And another 4 infantry as well. They got a couple generals and 3 bowmen. And also an extra cavalry as well as a scout. I can see. They are moving the cavalry off to the left flank here.
Move out
And we're going to try and counter with Bringers of Righteousness, medium glaive. And we do have archers, though, and they are firing upon that cavalry. Right on the left flank. Skirmish mode almost screwed me here. You can see that glaive really works well on cavalry, and being a bow unit and oftentimes getting targeted by cavalry units, it's really nice to have. And since they were out of ammunition, that really makes the grade. So this cavalry unit, with the bow coverage now getting shot by arrows, and the glaive unit there standing guard on the left flank, really helping out. And the enemy cavalry really getting hit hard here. Mounted Lancer Militia and Saber Cavalry, as well as Geon Sword Guard Captain, Geon Cavalry Captain. The glaive's able to hold the line. One of the cavalry is getting by, which is not going to shift a spearman unit backwards. Also send a general. And they're going right after one of my bowmen. Yellow Turban Archers shifted right around that glaive infantry that was holding the line and is going to shift towards an attack. Spearmen, no, it turns around and attacks those Bringers of Righteousness as the enemy units start to approach the front lines. Multiple cavalry units now slamming into two of those units on the left flank there that are right next to that glaive infantry. And bow fire really helping. We have enemy bows as well too, hitting our front lines. Not a good thing.
The men are out of ammunition. Archers! Strike! Attend!
Multiple units just about to hit the front line. It's a little bit of an oval curve instead of an arrow this time. And our general is really doing well.
Look, the enemy run! Raven!
And we're going to fold that right flank right into the enemy here. Because our right flank isn't getting too many enemy troops, to be honest. So we're just going to fold it right over, right to the left and center flank, right behind the enemy that's charging to our front lines, and attack them from behind. And that left flank is victorious. Multiple units, cavalry here, retreating and low health. We do have an enemy general in the mix as well too, though. We're going to see this firing on this enemy bow unit here. Or at least we should have. There we go.
Our men have no ammunition. They cannot fire. Ready yourselves.
You can see that full tactic working. Multiple enemy units here getting attacked from behind.
Ready.
Our victory grows ever closer.
And now we're trying to retreat and get out of there.
Make ready.
The time has come.
To battle.
Bowmen! Shoot!
Peasant infantry. Double time. Destroy them.
The enemy warriors are running!
And my bowman caught off guard. Why is there a bowman unit off in the middle of nowhere?
Make ready! Next line!
And still enemy cavalry retreating with the bowman not looking too well footed.
Ready! Lucia! To attention, archers! Strike the target! Attend, swordsmen! Take heed, warriors! Show them justice!
Enemy cavalry getting cut down here and having to retreat mid-charge.
Ammunition! Draw your weapons!
That seems to be the last, pretty much the last of the enemy here. A couple of units left. I see one bowman unit and a general as well, wavering. Strategist, which my 10 horsemen, they're still alive. Right in the mix right now. Some units on the way as well.
Swordsmen! March at the double!
2 generals. And I'm going to send all of mine after them. It's like, indeed. He's got some feather. He's got some feathers and a fan. And he is in retreat. I'm going to send all these generals over here at this unit. I want to see what this looks like. This is going to be bad. Oh, man. Actually, a lot of them got up.
The men are out of ammunition.
And we are most certainly out of ammunition. Bowman unit's really doing a good job.
The time has come! Go, go, go!
Destroy them.
Stand ready! Move, move! Still yourselves! Do not
Seems to be one general left on the map currently. Yeah, Van Liang.
Blaze ready. Move. Show no mercy.
There we go. That's victory. You can see a lot of different spots on the battlefield. There was conflict.
The enemy general is fallen. They were no match.
The enemy general falls! Ha!
Those who fight do not win. Those who win do not fight. This is the way of the Tao. You continue to grow and unlock the mysteries of the Tao. Now you must apply these learnings for the peace of the people. War grows bitter and enduring between you and your enemy.
Our faith was rewarded.
So there you have it. We lost 3,191 with 3,065 remaining. They had lost 5,259 with 384 remaining. We're going to recruit. And hopefully Liu Bei does not attack us, because if he does, that's a problem.
Glory awaits.
Gongdu has requested support against Dong Min, and I will take a part of that action. Alright, then fine. And I'm wondering if that means that we're at war with Han Empire, but no, it doesn't look like it is. Because Dong Min separated from Han Empire, actually, so yeah. Okay, so Gongdu wants to reject, though, in regards to a peace pursued by Liu Yu. We're not going to get attacked by Liu Bei, thank you. A lot of different rivals here garnered and relationships lost in regards to this battle. Alright. We got a decent amount of coin here. I'm going to try and build some of our infrastructure up. So all those armies were victorious. I really do want to get rid of some of those generals. I don't want them replenishing. So we're going to delegate. And there we go. Kingdom of Song loses those generals. They're going to have to... We're going to release, though. Recruit. Now we are advancing on a certain kind of city here. Dong, regional city. So we have a good chance of taking that. And Liu Bei is holding the other city, though, settlement in regards to Dong the Iron Mine. So yeah, that would be best. I think I'm going to move one of my armies upwards from the south, from Penchang to Dong to try and take it, and also probably bring up another general as well too. So realistically, I'd want these guys to heal, these two generals, Huang Shao and Feng Zhao, who had just been through a fairly big battle. But I'm unable to put them into a camp. We're gonna have to wait. I'm gonna upgrade one of my generals, Hua Qua, rebel officer. We're gonna choose focus. That's what we're gonna do. Give him a follower as well. A craftsman, +2 expertise, +5% income from industry. We are making 7k a turn, so that is really good. That's where we want to be. Well, it looks like there's multiple people on assignment here. So, we are going to upgrade Runan to a large regional city. We need food. My God, we need food badly. A food deficit, so we're not going to upgrade that. We're going to look for the food stuff. That's what we're going to do. We're going to try and build up our food. Food production, there we go. Build that up. Build that up, yeah. So we're going to build the food infrastructure. And also research rate. -45 is not good. That is not what we want. We do not want a food deficit. Not good. I guess some things finally constructed. Kicking in some food loss. We're gonna have to try and build that up. So to the south, we're not at war with Han Empire. So really, it's just Dongmin, and he's cornered. Gongdu, the war in regards to Dongmin has seen the surrounding settlements shift. Dongmin used to be surrounded by Gongdu on pretty much all sides, with Dongmin holding a large portion of the middle section here, right to northwest China. But now it has shifted where Gongdu owns a lot of the middle and to the west and south. To the north and the east, Dongmin has captured some of Gongdu's settlements that used to be his. So now he's on the outskirts trying to fight his way back in, take those settlements that were lost. But I think Gongdu has this one. Fairly certain. I see a couple armies, and it happened to be a Gongdu army anyhow. There we go. There's the Dongmin army. There's to the north. And we also got to deal with Kongrong here. So I think we're gonna leave it off here, because we did just have a pretty big battle. And I think we're gonna leave off next time. We're gonna leave off with this battle against Kongrong. It's going to be a quick save. And it looks like it's going to be a valiant defeat for us, but I think I'm going to be able to pull this off next episode. Thanks for joining.